Happy Monday, everybody. We have to talk about The Valley, Season 2, Episode 3, and all the reasons Jaxtaylor needs to be bye-bye, gone, fired, see you never, later, dude. So smash that like. Hopefully you're wearing something very comfy. Grab a beverage, and let's get this party started.
If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all you want, 'cause your heart's made of gold, but don't wait till you're old. If you want it, I get you some.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, stand-up comedian and pop culture vulture. Joleen Lunzer here for another No Offense, All Offense, where we take a comedic look at our favorite reality shows, pop culture news, trending topics, things we love to hate, things we hate to love. Remember, I'm very opinionated, but that doesn't mean you have to have the same opinion. You're welcome to sound off in the live chat or the comment section, and we can just calmly, respectfully agree to disagree, like the extremely calm and patient woman, Tamra Judge from The Real Housewives of Orange County.
That's my opinion!
Oh, she is so soothing. She is so calm and she is so soothing. Now, remember, everything I say today is true except for the parts that are false. Everything is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. So don't sue me.
Allegedly.
But remember, you're going to have a very good time because a lot of people you can't stand think I'm excellent.
I heard actually mixed reviews on Joleen.
Oh, Joleen was excellent. What are they saying?
Oh my God. Thank you so much, Lala.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you. You're welcome. Hello, everyone joining in the live chat. You know the drill. Smash that like. Let people know we're here on YouTube. Subscribe if you haven't already. Welcome to all of our new subscribers. And if you want to support the channel further, you can always consider joining my YouTube membership where you get exclusive content and emojis to use in the chat. Also, my Patreon links are in the description. Otherwise, you can send a super chat while I am live. I'll highlight your comment. That's a great way to tip the channel if you so choose. You don't have to do any of those things, but if you want to, the options are there. Okay, let's get into it. Long time, Evelyn starting the chat out with 5 gifted memberships. Congratulations to those of you who were randomly selected by YouTube to win a membership from Evelyn. Thank you, Evelyn. You sweetie, wipe the CD. Thank you, thank you, thank you for gifting memberships. If you won one of the memberships, enjoy the emojis and the bonus content. All right. Hi, Osfly Girl. And if you guys have missed, I've been covering the Karen Reed retrial, and it is just cuckoo bananas. All my ADHD hyper focus has been in that trial because it's so interesting to me, and we've been having some fun live streams covering the trials or the trial and the testimonies. So check that out if you haven't already, even if you're new to the case. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Care Bear, for dropping the membership link. And Christina, hello, skipping your read coverage, but love you, Jolene. Love you right back, Christina. Thank you so much. Chickenhead PK Dorkface Neely says, I say fire him. I say fire him too. Jax, ugh. I'm so over this dude. All right, so let's talk about The Valley, Season 2, Episode 3, so we can share all of our thoughts. We take a comedic look, but we also take, like I said, an opinionated look. Kelly, thank you. Kelly said, I would never watch the trial without Joleen. Joleen. Oh, wow, that's why I'm not a singer. Okay, so The Billionaire Boys Chat is the name of this episode. And we have episode 4 airing tomorrow. And in the description they have online, it's Michelle and Jesse's divorce takes an ugly turn when a rumor about Michelle begins to spread. It's interesting. Spread being the word they use, considering they're accusing her of spreading her legs and being an escort. So, well, I guess she doesn't even have to spread her legs. There are other ways you can escort it. Anywho, I'm picturing things I don't necessarily want to. Brittany tries to put the pieces of her life back together, and Jax checks into the mental health facility. Luke reveals a major life milestone to Danny. All right. So starting off this episode, when we last watched the end of episode 2, Jason had picked up Dirty Jax, because that's what he is. He's dirty. And he was taking him to rehab. But we know now this is the first rehab or mental health facility he went to. And according to Brittany and many others, because you can't believe what Jax says, he wasn't really open and forthright about his alleged cocaine addiction during this rehab. This was just more about his mental health, I guess. And this is, I think, where he was told that he has bipolar, even though I think he might have been diagnosed before this. But you can't believe anything Jax says because he's a liar. Leotard coming in hot. Yeah, fire Jax, fire Tom, fire Schwartz. Anyone named Tom and Jaxtaylor should be gone. We're done watching them. Okay? Sorry.
Bling, bling, bling. Bitches is mad.
Not interested. Not interested at all. Okay. So we come into this episode and Jason just dropped off Jax. And now everyone's kind of congregating over at Brittany's rental, I guess, her Airbnb that she rented because God forbid Jax, who according to him puts his son first, he might be a terrible husband, he's a great father, but so great that he had Brittany and his son go to an Airbnb so he could bang random chicks in their family home. I mean, can you imagine even being brought to that home by Jaxtaylor? First of all, yuck. Okay. Second of all, everywhere in the home is one of those like farmhouse signs that have their last name on it. In the bedroom where he said he's not banging the chicks, he's bringing it to the guest bedroom where his mother-in-law stays. I guess that's better. Maybe that turns him on. I don't know. He has weird kinks like feet, allegedly. He likes to, I think Brittany told us he likes to, in the past, and probably still does, have her wear tennis shoes with no socks and get her feet all stanky. And then he, I guess, goes to town on her feet with his mouth. Anyways, but in the bedroom, in their marital bedroom, they have all those signs like Mr. and Mrs. And then when you walk in their door, like you're hooking up with, let's say you're hooking up with this guy. Let's just say maybe one of these chicks doesn't know that he's Jaxtaylor and he's on television, which I doubt is true. But even if you do know him, you walk in, you're like, okay, he's gonna take me to his home in the valley. And you show up at his house and it's all those marital signs everywhere that some people like to decorate with. Like Mr. and Mrs. This house is a family house and it has their last name. Because even though he says, his reality TV name is Jaxtaylor, his real last name is like Coochie or Couchy. It's like Mr. and Mrs. Couchy, established in whatever, 2015 or whenever the hell they got married. But those signs are everywhere. Probably pictures of Brittany and her pregnant belly. Maybe some with Jax's hands on them, just very Sheena-esque. When Sheena had all the pictures of her and Shay, they were in that apartment. And they had do you remember Sheena's apartment with her first husband, Shay? And they had these couches, these big leather dad reclining couches, just oversized at the room store, taking up this tiny apartment. Like you couldn't even walk in Sheena and Shay's house. It was just, you were just walking into leather recliners. And I was like, whose grandfather lives here? What is going, this space is too small. And that's kind of Jax and Brittany's decor. It's just those signs everywhere. Yes, there's absolutely a bless this mess. Bless this mess. Not of a house, not the literal, what the sign's supposed to be, but the mess of the relationship. And just a mess. Yes, Brittany definitely, Heather says, Brittany definitely loves live, laugh, love. Dance like nobody's watching. Just like bear chies, the coochies live here. Coochie love going on here. Couchies and coochies. And you're like, you would think like everyone walking in there would lose their lady boner. Walking to be like, it's like a family man lives here as he's walking in his huge totted lady friend. Because the lady that they caught on the Ring camera, and he dated her for a minute. I don't even know. I forget what her name. I don't even know if we ever learned her name, but she had like the tots that were like Jessica Rabbit cartoon, just beautiful lady with just the biggest tots you've ever seen, like 3 tater tot hot dishes together on top of each other. Just walking in like, oh, this is nice. Yeah, we're going to bang here by this picture of your family. How about over here by this picture of your baby or your wife pregnant? Oh, by the farm barn doors. Because you didn't put up regular doors, you put the barn ones. That'll be nice. We'll bang on the barn door. Old Spirit Heart says, after watching that show, who still wants an LA man? Nobody. Nobody. Who wants to date one of these LA douchebags? Nobody. Kristen did an interview with Jackie Schimmel, and Jackie was roasting her for Kristen's love of quote to quote. It's a thing. Like, I have my little don't be a dick. And then the wonderful Steven gave me stickers, receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, and everything. Like, I love that kind of stuff. But yeah, some of the quote stuff is a little much. But if that's your jam, God bless. Bless this mess. You know? Ebony says, no offense to Brittany, but she does kind of give me drag queen vibes. So maybe that part of the attraction, maybe that was part of the attraction for Jax, because he's a drag queen too, Ebony. Like, I don't understand your comment. But maybe it's just my brain, because I took a nap right after my coverage of Karen Reed. I was like, I need to watch The Valley again. So it's fresh in my mind since it's almost a week ago that it aired. And I crashed out and I woke up after 5. Like, do you ever have those naps where you wake up, you're like, what day is it? What time is it? Where am I? And I literally was just staring at my phone going, 5:00 whatever. Does that mean is this a new day? Did I sleep through an entire day? Am I supposed to be live right now? So I just moved the live back. I was very confused for a long time, and I still might be confused. Yes, I would definitely have "you can leave" in my house. Any of the Housewives quotes, from the Real Housewives, I'll put that up. I still want to get, were people doing coke in your bathroom? I want to put that one up in my bathroom. So it will make sense when okay, thank you. I just woke up. I am, like, that is me. Meredith, mother of getting suspended marks. Well, she put out a statement, Ben, that said she's never been suspended. How dare we, or you or anybody, start any rumors? She's never been violent, and she has never been suspended from a show. So shame on you, shame on us. Yes, Christmas, so easy to hit the like button. So they're over at Brittany's Airbnb because Jax kicked his, child and his soon-to-be ex-wife out of their home so he could bang random chicks, like I was saying. And they have an Airbnb. And Jason comes over, and Brittany's like, how'd it go? And poor little Cruz. My heart breaks every time I see Cruz. And he's playing with his toys. And I just can't get it out of my head, you guys, that kids are so smart. They're so resilient. They're so wonderful. But going through something like this is so harmful. Having a dad like Jax and this volatile, violent, abusive, living situation Brittany and Cruz were in, being around Jax. I just worry about Cruz, and I can't get it out of my mind when Jax goes to pick Cruz up, like, my son. And then Cruz is like, he just wants away from him. And then when Zach, aka Legoland, Brittany's best friend, when Zach greeted Cruz, Cruz like nuzzled him, like he felt safe. I just never trust anyone who, if animals and children do not like the person, don't trust them. They're the devil. That is how I know. That is how you gauge whether someone is truly a good person or not. Do the animals and the children like them? If they're like, then run. Then run. Yes, Jax is an SOB. Congrats, Hamburger Patty. You got a membership. So I can't get that image out of my head of Jax grabbing his son, like, and his like, ew. But then Cruz's reaction to Zach, you can just tell that Cruz feels so much more comfortable with Brittany's bestie than he does with his own father, because Jax is a monster. Again, proving that you cannot be a good husband or be a good dad and be abusive and a shitty husband. The two things, they just don't go together. If you mistreat and abuse your child's mother, then you're in fact not a good dad. You're an asshole and nobody likes you. All right? And just own that. But there's Jax telling his stories, right? Cruz was backing away. And the first person to point that out to me was Hype Man husband, soon to be RN Chell. He said, look at the way that little baby boy responds to his dad. That kid he knows. He does not like that man. So Cruz has excellent taste. But I just feel bad because he's just a little baby. And he should not have to go through this with this selfish POS dad. So as they're all, at Brittany's, you have Michelle shows up. Janet then shows up. She tells Jason, you're the best husband. I'm so proud that you're my husband because you took charge of the situation and you took Jax to rehab. And Jason's like, well, I mean, I just drove someone a half hour. So, it's not like I'm that great. And she's like, no, I love you. So you know that he definitely got some love in the club when he got home. Because Janet was like, oh, you're so sexy. Because right now, I mean, all the husbands on this show are just trash. Mostly. And Jason, he seems to be, I mean, he's the best out of the lot, right? Because I think a lot of people were hoping that what's his nuts, Danny Polly Pocket was a good guy. Turns out trash, garbage. No thanks. Not a garbage man, like a hard worker who picks up your trash, but like a trash human being. So Brittany breaks down in tears. She's upset. So I could just cry. But she feels a sense of relief that Jax is going to be away for 30 days. And again, if he leaves early, she says, restraining order, full custody, taking your ass to court. To court. All right. So we have then Jesse having a tea party with Kristen Doty and Welcome to Plathville Luke. Okay. And I know everyone's like, I see people online. I just don't trust any of these bro hoes. I just don't right now because they all seem to be trash on these shows. So some people are like, Luke, I get it. Kristen, I understand. Kristen and Luke. And yeah, because he outed what Danny told him. And I'm like, I'm still not like, oh yeah, Luke. I still don't trust this man. We are going to see him later in the season. Little crybaby running around in his underpants in a hotel yelling while Kristen's, pregnant. I don't know what he's crying about, but I feel like he just needs a lot of attention. He needs to be on the tit a lot, if you know what I mean. Too much attention. Where she has to kind of coddle him a little bit. And I'm just over that. I don't feel like necessarily from what I've seen that this is like an equal dynamic partnership. I could be wrong. I'm probably not. I rarely am. No offense, all offense. JK, but crybaby in his underpants running around. Okay, old Vincent Van Gogh. Because that's what they finally did a little edit on this episode being like, he looks like Vincent Van Gogh. I'm like, he does look like Vincent Van Gogh. Every time I see him, I'm like, starry, starry night. Paint your palette blue and gray. Look out on a summer's day with eyes that know the darkness in my soul. Shadows on the hill. Okay, shout out to Don McLean. But seriously, Luke Van Gogh. Where's his other ear, Kristen? He cut it off. He's very emo. Very emo. So they go over to Jesse's, and Jesse's like, I want to plan a trip. And apparently he wants to plan a Santa Barbara trip. I don't know why. It's just one of those cast trips. And Kristen's like, I'm good at planning trips. Can I plan it too? And he's like, sure. And then Janet calls Kristen and is like, hi, Kristen, it's me, Janet, who hates you, but I don't, but I'm not sure. Anyways, I have a birthday coming up on Friday and I'm going to Dave & Buster's because I'm really random. I'm like the most random girl in the world. I'm like so weird. I'm like that hot chick that likes totally normal stuff, but I say it's like weird stuff. So I like Dave & Buster's and beer and Pokemon Go. It's crazy. I'm like so random. And so she's really in love with Dave & Buster's. Like, I go to Dave & Buster's with my niece and nephew. Dave & Buster's can be very fun, but I try not to make it my whole personality. Now, you will say, Jolene, who are you to talk? You basically make Buffy the Vampire Slayer your whole personality. And I do. And I'm a hypocrite. And I accept that. But it comes off, yes, silly. It's a little try hard. It's like, I'm so weird. Oh my God. I just ate like 7 French fries. I'm crazy. And you're like, what? Did you finish were they oven fries? Did you pour the whole bag on a baking platter, whatever it's called, tray, pan, put in the oven, then eat the whole thing in a big bowl with ketchup? 7 fries. What are you talking about? And Dave and Buster's isn't even that fun. It can be fun, but it's not that fun. Right? Maybe I'm being too big of a hater, but it's not that fun. Right? It can be fun, but it's not that fun. So Kristen's like, sure, maybe I'll think about it. And she's grabbing Luke's hand going, listen, I needed you to get me out of this. And Luke's like, what? What? Chuck E. Cheese. I would say Chuck E. Cheese because they do have pizza with Cheetos on it, but they also have a lot more germs. Every time I've went to Chuck E. Cheese with my niece and nephew, I've come home with a sinus infection or some kind of viral infection. Every single time. It doesn't matter. I can be the healthiest girl. I walk in there and I leave the next day, or well, I don't stay a whole day, but I leave and the next day I'm in urgent care. Right? So William says, stop trying to make Dave and Buster's a thing. Is it a cookie sheet or a cooking sheet? Who knows? I don't cook. Okay? Luckily, my husband is wonderful and can feed me because when I am left to my own devices to feed myself, mac and cheese, ramen noodles. I'm like a 10-year-old boy. Okay? I'm just like gummy nerd clusters. I'll survive. When I used to drink, I would survive on Pinot Grigio and trail mix when I was not sober and single. I lived on that shit. Like, did you eat today? Yes, I had a whole bottle of Pinot Grigio and a whole bag of trail mix. So clearly I'm fine. So yeah. Steven says Dave and Buster's has alcohol. That's why they went. Does Chuck E. Cheese have alcohol? I feel like they have beer, don't they? But yeah, they have a full bar. So they went. And she's like, her husband's like, are you double fisting 2 giant medieval beers? I'm like, oh, calm down. It's a 32 ouncer. You know what I mean? Like it's a little bigger than this. And she's like, I am. Who hasn't? What alcoholic hasn't done that? And some. Add a couple Long Island chasers to it, and now we have a party. But 2 giant beers, I'm not impressed. That don't impress me much. Oh my God, Ben. Not Big Macs, but the number 7 cheeseburger meal with the high C orange. I shouldn't eat that. I'm a 45-year-old woman. I should know better. That's garbage trash food. But sometimes a woman wants what a woman wants. Okay? And I'm a feminist. So if I want to eat McDonald's, I think every woman should be able to eat McDonald's no matter what age they are. No matter what your age or your shoe size or any size. Get yourself. But also don't eat it because it's horrible. But also eat it. Okay? Oh, Stacey says Chuck E. Cheese has Miller Lite bottles. Interesting. Miller Lite bottles? I would figure them to be like straight up Budweiser, like old school or Coors Light banquet beers. Or Coors banquet beers. Coors Light or Coors banquet beers. But there we go. Mm-hmm. Yes, it comes off very trying to be quirky. And I'm like, okay, cool. Cool story, Janet. Awesome. You like Dave and Buster's and it's your birthday. And then they go to the one in Northridge, to which Jesse's like, isn't there one in Hollywood? And I lived in Hollywood and I'm trying to think where there is a Dave and Buster's like right off Hollywood Boulevard. But that's also not a Dave and Buster's you necessarily want to go to. And before I lived there, I was like, oh my God, Hollywood Boulevard, so fancy. And then I lived there and I was like, oh, it's just like a diarrhea street with, it's the Walk of Diarrhea Fame. Like you have famous people on the Walk of Fame and their names and plaques, but people poop there. Like it's not that. Okay. Moving on, Jolene. Moving on. Beth says Janet was trying to be relatable, but it wasn't working for her at all. Nothing against D&B though. Yeah. I shouldn't be such a D&B hater, but I was hating a little bit. But I do enjoy myself a I do enjoy myself at D&B. I do. Their menu's pretty good too. It's a diarrhea street. Literally, if you're on Hollywood Boulevard, you're probably going to see someone pooping. Yeah. It's nothing fancy. All right. So we have this happening, and then in this moment is this when Jesse? Oh, so this is when Jesse's putting 2 and 2 together about that weirdo. What's his name? Aaron? Michelle's new boyfriend. We got to pull up a picture of him, you guys. Michelle, the Valley, and Aaron? His name's Aaron Nosler. Oh my God. Oh God. This guy is so creepy. He is so creepy. There's like one picture where he looks halfway normal, right? Okay, so I'm going to show you the picture I first saw where I was like, oh, he could be, yeah, he's probably a nice guy, a little cutie patoonie. Okay, cool story. And then I don't know what Snapchat filter she put him on, the not creepy, not scary filter. And I was like, oh, he's great. And then every other picture I saw after, I was like, no. Okay, so let me share it this way instead. So this is the first picture I ever saw of this man in the first episode, I think. They showed this picture, remember? And you're like, oh my God, he's cute. They look cute. What a cute couple. That's so cute. Look at them, so cute. So cute. Cute. Oh my God, so cute. Look how cute. They're pretty cute. That's cute. Look at them. And then I saw him in the episode. I was like, ah! You know those Snapchat filters? They should get sued because they make me look so good sometimes I start to believe I look like that. And I'm like, man, I am very good looking. And then I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, no, it's just regular me. Okay, yeah. No, my wrinkles didn't disappear. My face didn't just get smaller. And then you see this picture and you're like, that's a problem. And then you're like, oh my God. Oh my God. What? Why? How? What? This is cracked out Wolverine. I can't. And he's weird to boot, talking about having an opinion about her kid and in front of her and Jesse. I was just like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. And he makes honey. Call Dexter because that man is a serial killer. Okay. This makes honey. No. Oh. So Jesse was like, yeah, here's the clues on Michelle. I think she cheated on me. And we're like, yeah, we know, Jesse. I think it was with Aaron. And Kristen says, well, just so you know, I wasn't just talking about Aaron wasn't actually the person I was talking about. But Jesse said this Aaron guy was even featured in the first season of The Valley. And they were selling honey. I forgot that scene. Did that scene air? It was something where she was helping him and they had these t-shirts on, I think the brand of the honey, and they were passing out samples of the honey. What in the real estate agent, how did she get involved? Did she invest in the honey company? I can't remember. There was like 5 years that happened from season 1 to season 2. It took forever. And so there he is passing out honey. So apparently she was waking up early, Jesse said, like, hey, I'm going to Runyon because they live, right by Chateau Marmont, not too far from Runyon, where everyone goes to hike. You see all the famous people on Runyon. I lived right by Runyon. I liked hiking Runyon. Some people are like, Runyon sucks, but I liked it. It was fun. But she's like, I'm going to go just hike Runyon, and then I'm going to go take the baby to school or something. And then she's like, I'll go get some of that honey because Jesse said she'd have this honey, and she brought it home. And then we go to Whole Foods, and I'm like, where's the honey? She's like, oh, I get it at a special place. Apparently the place was this guy's house that's near Runyon, where she would go hiking without him in a full face of makeup in the summer. And Kristen Doty said, listen, nobody is hiking that with a full face of makeup, and you're not in the summer. I have seen celebrities there. I've saw Kathy Griffin there twice, once in full makeup, once without. But it gets hot And if you're wearing full makeup, you're not on a serious hike because it will just melt off you. It's ugh. So those are Jesse's clues. The Runyon hiking without him, getting all dialed up to go hiking and finding out that this honey company is actually his honey company. And she goes and gets that, and the address is near Runyon. So was she really hiking? Basically, they're saying no, she wasn't. She was hiking. She was climbing him when she was supposed to be climbing Runyon Canyon. So yeah, she gets at a special place. Christina's saying Aaron's Wang. Aaron, I just don't understand how a guy like Aaron gets Michelle. I also don't understand how a guy like Jesse gets Michelle. I don't understand how these men operate. What do they have? Does the honey make a lot of money? Does the honey make, I don't know. He's creepy. I don't get it. I do not get it. Dreadful Ruby says, I can buy that. Maybe she didn't cheat, but clearly she has a thing for the guy before they split. Yeah, they already knew each other. They were selling honey together or something. She'd be selling, Beth says she'd be selling honey for $1,500 a night. This part, it was such tea, Steven. Taking home the honey. And when they show that clip and her coming home from hiking, first of all, I don't look that good as she looked in that clip coming home from hiking. I don't look that good when I like pay people to do my hair and makeup. And I have like a pretty outfit to go to an event or something. I didn't look that good on my wedding. She looked so good, but she also I just had intercourse hair. Did you notice that? It was kind of like, it was that fun kind of wavy, beachy where she was like, oh, hey, I was just hiking on Runyon. And it was just, just the waves of like being tousled around in bed, or maybe he was pulling it. Ooh, I can't even think of him like that. But you know what I'm talking about? Where when I went hiking at Runyon, me and my husband had a nickname for me. It was DJ Tomato Face because my face turns bright red because I'm so pale that when I'm overheated or hot or do any kind of aerobic activity, which I try not to do, my face just turns into a giant tomato and it's all red. And then I'm all sweaty and my hair is like this. Now that's still too cute, but my hair is just like, it's two flock of seagulls. But I'm like, and then on DJ Tomato Face, this is how I look after a hike. And Michelle was just like, hey guys, I just got some honey and went on a hike in a sports bra. I always envy the women that can just go hiking and exercise in their sports bras. I mean, I can, but it's not the same as someone like her. You know what I mean? But I digress. So, Kristen and Luke are like, oh, welcome to Plathville. Like, oh my God, he's such a gossip queen. He wants to pretend like he's not a gossip queen. He's such a gossip queen. He is loving it. He's like speaking to McDonald's. He's like, I'm loving it. Okay. Can we talk about Polly Pocket, Danny? You guys, what did I say? What did I say? I said, this man can't be trusted. I know some people have special soft feelings for him because he was on iCarly, but I was too old to be watching iCarly. By the time iCarly was out and he was like a teen heartthrob, I was at the bar blacking out like Danny's doing now. So I had no special feelings toward this man. I've always thought he was weird. I've always thought his little church arc, we're going to church. Why are you going to church so much? Why do you talk about going to church so much? Just go to church. It's because he has all these demons, and the demon is alcohol. Apparently, Danny, it was Halloween, right? He decides to get so drunk, and this isn't a new thing according to the cast and his friends, to get so drunk and then sexually harass the only lesbian couple on the show. We finally get to watch lesbians on the Bravo show, and old straighty pants McGee drunky blackout is going to sexually harass them. Oh, that little Polly Pocket man, I knew he was trouble. And I know like some of you were like, no, he's good. He's great, Joleen, because you guys are positive people and I appreciate that about you, but I knew it. I was like, no, he still is wearing like the super, super skinny jeans and like that kind of, not that I'm clearly like I'm the fashion police here, but just his whole look, his whole vibe was like Justin Bieber style circa 2017. And I'm like, what's happening here? What's going on? Just didn't trust it. And now I know why. Because he sexually harasses wonderful lesbians. Can you leave the lesbians alone? They've already chosen a life without you. Okay? They've chosen a life without cock. So don't be a cock to them. So Jasmine and her fiance. Apparently at the Halloween party, he was like, who wants to get... He put his hand on Jasmine's thigh. Okay? Like squeezed her thigh or something. It was like, get daddy another drink. And then she went and got him a drink as a nice person. I would be like, oh, I'm just at that age. Well, I don't know. I would probably stab him. I'd probably stab him in the dick. I'll be honest with you. I'll take the felony. Go get daddy. He's like, I got 3 kids under 3. So I'm going to have 4 kids under 4. I'm Danny. I'm Danny in the Valley. He's just a nerd. Just a sexual harassing nerd bomber walking around. Get daddy a drink. I was like, ew. Ew. So Jasmine, I guess, went to get him a drink. While Jasmine goes to get, let me pull up a picture of these two. To get him a drink. Then he decides, I'm going to grab her fiance's ass. Her fiance's name, I believe, is Melissa. We haven't really got to know her too much. She's made a couple appearances, and this is the first season we're really seeing their relationship. And he's going to ruin it because he's jealous. He's like, can't have any lesbians on the show. It's got to be all about the 3 guys. No, we're tired of you. We're tired of your kind on the show. Running amok, acting a fool. So look at this guy. So he grabs Jasmine's thigh, like, get daddy a drink. Ugh. Yuck. Yuck. He's 5'6". Yuck. You got to be this tall to sexually harass me. Yuck. Actually, you can never be tall enough. But you know what I mean? It's one thing. Okay. All right. I'm not going to go there. But seriously. Then he slaps Melissa, her fiance's booty. And Melissa's not even in the cast photo. But he's so blackout drunk he doesn't remember. And according to Jason, I was watching some of the after show too. He blacks out a lot. And he's, Danny then apologizes. But at first he thought it was Michelle. So what does he do? He couldn't remember who it was. So he knew Jasmine. So he contacted Jasmine. And Jasmine's like, it was so weird because I love Danny. Like, what the hell is going on? Why would he do this? And then he thought instead of Melissa, who he slapped her ass, he thought he did it to Michelle. So what does he do? He calls Jesse. I'm sorry, Polly Pocket, what? What is the logic in that? You sexually harassed a woman, so I'm going to call her ex-husband who clearly hates her and she clearly hates to say sorry to him. You're apologizing to a man after you sexually harass a woman?
Go away, you adulterer! Absolutely. You adulterer!
What in the misogynistic logic is that? So sorry I slapped your soon-to-be ex-wife's ass. No, you better apologize to Michelle. Even though you didn't. But if you at the time when he thought it was Michelle instead of Melissa, you should apologize to her and get her a gift card, not to somewhere nice, fancy. Get yourself in rehab or something. And not like a gift card to Dave & Buster's. All right? But like a good gift card. Me too. I love Kim Woodburn. Evelyn. I'm just like, what is he doing? Why is he calling someone soon to be ex-husband and apologize? So he felt worse for when he thought he like sexually assaulted and harassed Michelle. He felt worse for Jesse. Like, what is that? His property? What is wrong with you, Polly Pocket? Oh my God. I was just like, this guy sucks. And I knew he sucked. I'm just so over him. And he's like, oh, well, I normally don't do that. And they're like, no, he always gets us kicked out of bars. Always. This is like some Tom Sandoval cis male bullshit.
The new thing is that, as a cis male,
did you say cyst?
raise your voice, yell, do whatever you feel entitled to do. But as a straight male, If I was a woman, I could do that. If I was a gay male, I could do that. But as a straight male, if I raise my voice, it's wrong.
It was just, I can't say enough bad things about Polly Pocket. I really can't, you guys. I really dislike that man now. And now I feel so much better in my dislike of him. And poor Nia on the after show, Nia's like, yeah, I was so embarrassed because Polly Pocket thought that they weren't going to talk about it because he cleared this up and he thought they weren't going to talk about it on air on the show. He thought he could get away with it and the audience wouldn't know, but Jasmine brought it up. And then Jasmine said when she brought it up, because he never truly apologized to her fiance, Melissa, since he thought he did it to Michelle and he already apologized to Jesse, that he got mad at Jasmine. It was like, I thought we cleared that up. Why would you bring that up? Why would you? And I'm like, oh, this prick. And poor Nia is just like, yeah, that he just get to rehab. How are you going to have 3 kids under 3 and you are blacking out, sexually harassing and assaulting women, and then also, you know, getting kicked out of bars? That's what your friends are saying about you. It's really gross. Oh gosh. Christmas says he's drinking like that because once that becomes your everything, it's a lifetime of conscious undoing. I'm sober 5 months. Bish. He's drinking like that because I shouldn't have taken a nap because I'm sure that makes tons of sense. But my brain is like, what? He's drinking like that because once that becomes your everything. Oh, once that becomes your everything, it's a lifetime of conscious undoing. I'm sober 5 months, bitch. Yeah, I'm sober since 2012. And I totally understand. This dude needs to get sober. He just needs to get sober. And then he's like, and I saw them at church. Well, were you slapping their asses at church? Were you telling them get daddy a drink at church? Okay. Because I know I was raised Catholic and I loved myself some wine, the blood of Christ. But there you can overindulge on the blood of Christ too. Okay, you really can. Ay, ay, ay. And she's pregnant again. Teacher B says Polly Pocket needs to borrow Jesse's snap-on pink capri pants. Not the snap-on pink capri pants. Oh, Jesse. Oh, Jesse. Hey, Jesse. Hey, Jesse. It was just, I'm going to look up images on the Twitter to pull up because I was looking them up here and I'm not finding good images from this episode. But yeah, I was like, ugh, this dork, this Polly Pocket nerd. I am just so over these dudes. Like, why are you going to go off and play Mr. Family Man, but then need to party? And Nia wasn't even there. And he was so drunk and blacked out. So his wife wasn't there. And the girl he thought he slapped her ass wasn't even there. When he called to apologize to her husband or her soon-to-be ex-husband, Jesse, he was like, oh, Michelle wasn't even at that Halloween party. And it was at Jax's. And then he called and apologized to Jax and Brittany because it was at Jax's back alley bar in Studio City. And he's like, I feel bad to have disrespected your bar. It's not even a real bar. It's in a tent in an alley. What? It's like a glorified party room at a restaurant. It's like when they let Dorit decorate the lemon room at Buca de Beppo. It's not real. You don't have to apologize to the room. Love you right back, Christmas. I'm fed up with these losers. It's not cute. You're old. Your forehead is telling me everything I need to know. Okay, I'm 45, so I get it. But sir, you can't be like this and be like, just drunk. This isn't this little boy shit. You're too old for this. Ben says, rooms have feelings too. Even the room was like, ew, gross. Get out of here. No thanks. Oh my gosh. We gotta look at the Vincent Van Gogh thing because that was too funny. With what's his face? With Luke. Lukey Luke. All right, let me share this with you guys. So yeah, the Danny stuff. I'm just like, Nia, I know you already have so many babies with this guy, but I wish you could leave. Nia is like too good for this loser. Now, obviously, this isn't. Danny Polly Pocket, but this is Luke Van Gogh. I mean, that seriously, he has to be related to Vincent Van Gogh. That's the same man. That man never died. That is him. Have him paint something. I bet you he can paint. Mm-hmm. Is Luke hot? Am I saw people saying that. I don't think Luke's hot, but Brian says, hey, the Capri Room is a masterpiece of low-res images and fake flowers. Brian Scott Patterson, you have a way. I always want to call you Scott Peterson. I'm so sorry. You have a way with your words, okay? You're like the Sylvia Plath of Bravo analogies and metaphors and description. It's beautiful. Luke Van Gogh. Shout out to Luke Van Gogh. Oh my goodness. All right. So while Luke Van Gogh is visiting Danny Polly Pocket, because Luke's like, I'm going to propose to Kristen soon. And Danny's like, oh my God, that's going to be amazing, man. That's so great. I love marriage and babies and also getting drunk and sexually harassing lesbians. Those are my hobbies. Being a dad, being a father of 4 under 4 soon to be, and sexually harassing lesbians. This is my favorite thing to do. And blacking out. So Luke gives us a little, some tea, I guess, but we already know because they're already engaged. But he says, yeah, I'm going to be proposing to Kristen. I want to marry her. And they talk about, they're trying to get pregnant. And then Danny, the Polly Pocket, because the men really like to gossip. Gossip is always put on women as if we're the only ones who talk about this, but it's men. Men love this shit. But when they do it, they don't call it gossip. They just call it talking, like boys talk, locker room talk or something. But when women do it, it's evil gossip. It's like, no, you like gossiping. So then Danny Polly Pocket sits on his couch. His feet are dangling. They don't quite hit the floor. And he tells Luke, so are you in the boys chat? So apparently there's a boys chat with these arrested development, quote unquote, men. There's like 22 of them in the boys chat. But Luke hasn't been included. And Jason also isn't in it because he has an Android. And I understand that. Because being in a chat with an Android person, it changes everything. It changes everything. And so he's like, well, apparently, Luke, Jesse said that Michelle is an escort for billionaires. She's dating a billionaire or something, and she's an escort for $1,500 a night. And Luke's like, whoa, $1,500 a night, which isn't enough money for Michelle caliber women. That's cheap. And a billionaire's paying $1,500 a night. Well, how many nights? I guarantee Michelle would be smarter. She'd be more fiscally responsible. She'd set better rates for herself. She knows her worth. And it would be more than $1,500 a night. That is chump change. Okay? No, I don't believe that. So they're like, oh my God. He's like, yeah, he was in the boys chat. Bros before hoes. Danny, you're 80. Okay. You're too old to be acting like this. All right. Don't leave your skinny jeans in the dryer for so long because they are so tight that they're cutting off the circulation to your brain through your pants and your balls, allegedly. So then Luke goes and he shares this information with the ladies as they're getting ready to go to Janet's big Dave and Buster's birthday extravaganza. Luke's like, BTW. Danny told me that Jesse put in the boys chat that Michelle's an escort and she dates billionaires who pay her $1,500 a night. And all of these men are bad at math. Because, again, that is such a low rate for how much Michelle could get. And she knows that. Okay? So, Brittany's like, oh, Bear Chase, I'm going to have to tell her because she's my friend. So fast forward to Northridge, to the Dave & Buster's. Here comes Janet. Let me see if I can get a picture of Janet. Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. Why, when I look up this episode, they have pictures that aren't even from this episode? What's going on? Why are they doing this? Okay. Janet at Dave and Buster's. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. She is wearing a little jumper. Okay. Now we're talking. Thank you, Twitter. Sometimes, because it'll never be X to me. It'll always be Twitter. I don't know this X person they speak of. All right. Let me pull it up here. Stop this. Janet's wearing a jumper. She's got the fanny pack. She's like, you need to wear a fanny pack and you have to go into this. Okay. And you have to go look at the prizes. That nobody does. Who do people do that? No, they don't do that. Right? It's nothing, Irene. That is chump change. A basic ass 45-year-old lady like me wouldn't even take $1,500. I'd be like, are you kidding me? That doesn't even cover my mortgage. Are you silly? That's silly. That's silly numbers. All right. I grew up in the 90s. I watched that movie with Demi Moore. And in the 90s, she got $1 million. What was that? Indecent Proposal? We're not going backwards. I understand the tariffs and inflation and all the stuff, kind of. I'm not going backwards for you. This lap dance ain't free. Okay, we're not doing that. So, Janet, oh God, it's that one guy that may or may not have hooked up with James Kennedy. Remember that? Lala's gay bestie, Logan. He's definitely had sex with James Kennedy, right? Like that's a thing, right? Okay. He's there. He's everywhere. He's everywhere you don't want him to be. Is that him? No, it's not him. That's cracked out Wolverine. I'm so confused. Are they the same person? Are Logan and Aaron, Honey Pants, Wolverine, Aaron, the same person? My mind is blown. It kind of looks like Logan though, right? All right. Anyways, Janet, this is really freaking me out, man. Janet's like, you go in and you see the top prizes and what you want. That I've never done that. That has never been how I have done that going to Dave and Buster's. I just play, try to get the most tickets, tokens I can or whatever. And then you go in and see what you can buy. I don't go plan it out. She's like, we need 25,000 tickets. What? Thank you. Brian Scott Patterson says, I don't get out of bed for less than 10,000 a day. If you know, you know. I don't get in bed or out of bed for less than 10,000 a day. You guys are killing me in the chat. Right? No one does that, Linda. No one goes and plans it first. Oh, that is Logan? Are we sure? It looks like Logan. It is Logan, isn't it? Because the other guy was wearing a button-up shirt. I thought I was freaking out. Thank you. Thank you, Monica. So that was Logan. Let's go back one more time because Cracky Wolverine, creepy Wolverine was, he was wearing like a button-up and he was then standing next to Jason with his arm around him going, I'd wear this shirt. And Jason's like, yeah, cool. Okay, cool. Okay, so that is Logan. Oh, Logan, go home. What does Logan do? Oh, he annoyed me. No offense. Okay. No offense, all offense. So there we see, I got 2 beers. Those are, I don't even think those are 32 ounces. It's bigger than a pint. Okay. Anyway, so Janet has got her party. She goes right in. Jesse looks thrilled to be there, clearly. He loves it. And she's picking out what she wants. She wants the ding, ding, ding sign, a t-shirt, and something else. She's like, let's go play. Then she takes it very serious. And there's an Ariana Madix circa 2018 lookalike wannabe there, allegedly. And Jason, and they're so excited. They're so excited. Meanwhile, Brittany's like, can I talk to you guys? Hi, guys. Bear Trays. Michelle, I need to tell you that something was said. She calls Nia and Michelle over. She's like, I need to tell you what was said. And they're like, what? What's going on? Well, I heard from Luke. Luke said that Danny Polly Pocket said that Jesse said in the boys chat that Michelle, you're dating a billionaire and you get $1,500 a night. And Michelle was like, what? She's pissed. So she's crying. She's like, what? He said, what? She's like, I just wanted you to know so we could have a good night. I'm like, no one's going to have a good night now. The night's ruined. So Janet's just hustling, trying to get all of the tickets she can. And Michelle is like, I hate him. I hate him so much. I hate him so much. I hate him. I'm never dating a short guy again. I'm never doing that. But I also shouldn't date a tall guy because my tall new boyfriend is really creepy. But I hate him. I hate him. And this is all, you know, as the big Santa Barbara trip is coming up that Jesse's planning where he is renting the house. So then, you know, Danny's walking around like, hello, hello, what's going on? I'm a little guy who used to be on iCarly. And we're like, we don't care. We don't care. That was not Ariana. Was it? No. No, right? I'm so confused. There's too many lookalikes. It's a mega pint. 25,000 is a lot of tickets, I think. Last time I went to Dave & Buster's was last summer, and we didn't have anywhere near that. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Fire Robin. The reason Michelle is crying is because she is insulted. She's like, you think I would give this away? My baby door away for $1,500 a night? Are you kidding me? I can't even get a night at Chateau Marmont, where I live near, for that much. Are you kidding me? I was once rumored to be with the foot fetish director of Pulp Fiction and other shows, whatever his name is, and you're just giving me $1,500 a night? This is crazy. I can't believe you guys would downplay this. So Michelle is pissed. Here, let me pull up a picture of Michelle. Okay, there she is. Add her here. So she's crying, and Brittany's like, sorry, I know my ex-husband is a jerk. But according to Michelle, she's like, my ex-husband is worse than Jax. She says that Jesse's worse than Jax. Oh, boy. I mean, I'm sure more is going to come out about Jesse. I already don't like him, and he already sucks. But now, according to Jesse, he's like, I was just seeing who the mole was in the boys' chat. Okay, first of all, grow up. Second of all, apparently, everyone Jax is dating, all the names and stuff and who it is and what Jax is doing is getting out. The stuff he puts in the boys' chat. I think they forget that Jaxtaylor has the biggest mouth of all and is the biggest gossip, and he would gossip on himself. And he's literally doing it out in the open. So we don't have to find out through a mole in the boys' chat. We just have to find out because Jaxtaylor's literally his own mole. He's so thirsty. It's not that deep. But apparently, according to the wives, they all have passwords to their husbands' phones, and they've all looked at the boys' chat. And according to Brittany, Jax used to show her, and she would read the group, the boys' chat all the time. But they're like, is nothing sacred? So then the best part of this episode is Michelle going campaigning, going, hi. Okay, so to sum that part up, Danny comes over, they question him, and he's like, they're like, yeah, Luke told Brittany, and Brittany told us that you heard from Jesse that Michelle is an escort for a measly $1,500 a night. And he's like, there's a long pause, like, he's like, am I blacking out? Should I go sexually harass a lesbian? I got to think about this. Damn it, Luke, damn it. So then now Danny goes, Polly Pocket goes and warns Jesse. And then Polly Pocket confronts Luke, and Luke's like, I did. And I'll do it again. I'm from Colorado. And I'm going to cry in my underpants in a couple episodes, and I don't even care. So now Michelle is campaigning around Dave & Buster's going, I think that we should not let Jesse go on the Santa Barbara trip. And Brittany is like, yes, I'm Team Michelle. Whatever, bear chase, whatever Michelle wants, I'm in on that. You got it, girl. I love you. Team Michelle. Let's go. And then Janet's like, you know, girl, go though. I need to get this ding, ding, ding. Like, get out of here. So Michelle's like, yeah. So then she goes and campaigns to everyone else. Everyone else tells her no. Says no. And she's like, excuse me? And they're like, well, he kind of made the reservation. She goes, well, who cares? He can then stay in a hotel. It's either me or him in a hotel. Why should I have to stay in a hotel? And Nia's like, sorry. And Kristen's like, I'm kind of planning the trip with him and he booked it and I don't really like you, so no. So then Michelle's crying even more. Just like, because Jessie she didn't win in the votes. She didn't win in the popular vote. She didn't win in the overall vote. She only got 2 people to vote her way. Everyone else is like, nah, girl. Nah. Sandy says, Jessie lives to make Michelle's life a living hell. It seems like he's openly admitted that. Because I saw in the after show, she was talking about how he wants her to reimburse him for their wedding. She goes, I didn't even want a big wedding. Apparently, allegedly, they spent like $140,000 on a wedding. Why is it always the worst couples who shouldn't get married and end up getting divorced who have the most outlandish weddings you've ever seen? Ones that they clearly can't afford. Because Jessie's going around telling everyone that Michelle's broke. And Michelle's like, it's not me, it's him. He's broke. So they're both probably broke. So now he's trying to get money back for the wedding, which is just gross. Oh, God. Just, these men are such trash. Such trash. So he wants this money back. He also is in their divorce. He's representing himself, much like Jaxtaylor. And, you know, Michelle says her lawyer, you know, her lawyer fees it's adding up. So sometimes her lawyer will be, you just send this to Jessie to, you know, save a couple bucks. Well, according to Michelle, Jessie says, no, I'm going to need you to have your lawyer send it so that he can drain her of money. It's so messy. No one is thinking about the daughter, Isabella. It's just, it's going to be a long ass divorce. It's going to be one of them Bethany Frankel divorces where the divorce lasts longer than the actual marriage. They should have never gotten married. They never seemed to like each other as far as we saw them. I don't know if they ever did. Steven says, I think they're both toxic as fuck. Who knows? I mean, I know Jessie is. Right, Brienne? My heart hurts for their baby too. Well, then I fell down a rabbit hole the other night of Jessie used to kind of date or see or hook up with Anna Nicole Smith. Anna Nicole. She's so outrageous. They met on the Trim Spa, baby. On the filming of the commercial or the ad, or he was one of the models and they hit it off. And I'm like, what? Nothing makes sense. Everything is weird. It was too much. It's like, what is happening? This is when we need Lauren from Utah to come in and just beat everyone up because we know she's super tough.
Things that come out of his mouth, if he were to pull that on me, like, I'd be catching a case. Like, I'm putting claws in you, dog.
It
gets my blood boiling just thinking about it.
I'm putting claws in you, dog. Lauren from Utah. Don't mess with a privileged white chick from Salt Lake City, yo. I'm putting claws in you, dog. Oh my God. I think Lauren got herself into some trouble. Oh, she did. Let's take a look at that. So then the episode ends. Michelle's crying. Next week, I think we go to Santa Barbara. Is she going to stay at a hotel? Is she going to stay in the house? What's going to happen with her and Jessie? I don't know. It is a mess. But at this point, I just don't want Jax to come back from this mental health facility that he's at. I don't want him to come back on the show. He keeps lying in interviews. We keep finding out more about how abusive he is, the way his son reacts to him. He's just a garbage pail kid of a human. And we need him gone. It was so nice not seeing him in an episode. Let me know in the live chat or the comment section if you enjoyed not seeing Jax. It was nice. He was still discussed, unfortunately. So people still talked about him. But it was so nice not to see him. And Brittany talked about how she was worried that he was going to manipulate his way out of rehab or while he was in rehab, because that's what he does. He's just a big manipulator. A big manipulator. So Ben says, oh, Joleen, did you watch the preview? He may be gone, but his text message are not. Yeah, apparently he's going to be rage texting Brittany from rehab. Throw him away. Some people are irredeemable. He is one of these people. He is a horrible person. He's not fun to watch. He's not even that fun to make fun of. He's just an asshole. Leslie says, it was so nice not seeing him. The show doesn't. We don't need him. We don't need him. Okay? Maybe he could come back if someone spills their cocaña and we need like a Dyson level snort to clean it up. Sure. Let him snort it out of the carpet. But otherwise, we don't need him. Yeah, and they filmed the reunion, which there's been 3 episodes. They filmed the reunion when I think the 3rd episode had just aired. So late last week, they filmed the reunion for the Valley because we didn't get one for the first season. Jax got first chair. That's the message that Bravo is sending to their fans. That if you are abusive and you abuse your wife, that you're going to get first chair. Because on those reunions, that's what that means. The most interesting people, the people that kind of, drove the season, get first chair. And Michelle got like last chair. So Brittany and Jax each got first chair. So Jax again is able to monetize his abuse, and he is, he's winning in that sense. Like he's getting the attention. He gets to keep his job. He gets to keep lying, cheating, and stealing. And they're rewarding him. There's a reward system, and he got the reward. And I'm just like, what? I mean, Jax doesn't care about anyone. He only cares about himself. He's a regular Erica Jane.
I don't give a about anybody else but me.
This is one of the reunions that I wish I would have heard rumors that somebody gave him a little, hit him again for me.
I'm just scoot on over and let you whack him. Get him again. Get him for me. Done.
Ugh. Done. Yes, he's the #1 loser. Exactly, Monica. He is such the... Okay, let me pull up this thing with Lala. So, as if Lala wasn't the best girlfriend a gal could have. Apparently on her podcast, which I haven't been listening to, but we might have to go back to roasting and recapping some of these. It's just so bad. Like her podcast is just horrible. And no one pays attention to it, unfortunately, unless she says this dumb shit. Okay, let me pull it up here. So according to, I haven't listened to the full episode yet because I'm like, just go away. Just walk away, Lala. All right, let me share this here. Oh, let me rewind it. Oops, start from the beginning. I hate how they just automatically don't share the audio. All right. Oops. While you're waiting, smash that like if you haven't already. You guys are beautiful pumpkin spice babies, and I appreciate each and every one of you and all of your thoughts and hilarity in the live chat. Okay, so here's Lala. Shout out to Vanderpump Rules Party. On their Instagram, they caught this. Shots fired. Lala weighs in on who she'd rather have as an ex, Jax or Jesse. First of all, gross. This isn't like a fun question. This is a man who's abusive towards your friend Brittany and his son and put them in a horrible situation at home, terrified them, a man who has manipulated Brittany, abused her verbally, thrown a coffee table at her, punched holes in the wall to scare her, hurt her when he threw a coffee table at her. I mean, I'm sure there's much more that hasn't even come out yet. And here's Lala playing, let's play a game. Who would I choose, Jax or Jesse? Gross, Lala. Like, right, Jen? Insufferable. All right, let me play the audio on this. Here we go. Let me know when you can hear this.
Okay, why
My
for you?
reasoning is different. I still stand by the fact that both Jax has been diagnosed as a narcissist. I believe that Jesse is 100% a narcissist. He's very manipulative, but and I don't want to say he's not smart enough, but I'm going to say he's not smart enough to be calculated. He's too transparent in his calculations.
Which is great.
And he would be very, very easy to go up against in court for custody. And
we're
including
going very
divorce.
different angles.
Okay. No, I've thought so long and hard about this, you guys. He also is not smart enough. I hate saying that. It sounds so rude, but I'm just saying it. I don't give a fuck.
No, I don't think
Jesse, I would never want him as my ex because he is so calculated. He will make your life hell. He will never be caught dead on camera. He will never be caught dead doing something while the child is in his care. So if she ever went to a judge, that judge would immediately say,
his name looks very clean.
Squeaky clean. He's making your life miserable, but he's really good to the daughter.
So we don't care.
Exactly. I would choose Jax any fucking day because he would make the job so easy. Jesse sounds like a nightmare.
Well,
I too would choose Jax.
Okay, why
My
for you?
reasoning is different.
And then you hear her dumb brother with that just that snicker he has with his white boy dreads. Exactly what you're saying in the chat. I forgot who said it. I highlighted it. Was it Cammie? That said, why is this a choice? Ben said, if we hit 200 likes on this live, he's going to block Sheena. All right. So hit that like. Let's hit 200 so we can watch Ben block Sheena. But really, like, why is it like Cammie said, why is there a choice? Why are you even talking about this on your podcast? Your friends, if you're friends with Michelle, and we know you're friends with Brittany, they're going through something very serious, getting out of these like abusive relationships. And you're just like, let me see, which one would I choose? What? Why are you talking like this? Why is it even a choice? Why are you bringing it up? It's just gross. It just shows like you're using this for your content about your friend. You don't have to play this kind. Like you don't have to do that, but maybe you do. Maybe you do to pay for the homes. I don't know. I mean, what? Right? J-Rock says Lala knows she can hate both, right? And she should. But here she's like, I would rather go up on this one. I'm going to make it a choice. It's just weird. Yes, clickbait for her podcast. Who wants to listen to her brother go? I'm like, what's going on? What's happening? Why is her brother like that? But we should have known because he is the one calling fans that put money in his pocket and his sister's pocket rabies bitches when we had valid criticism about her performance and how she was acting in season 11 of Vanderpump Rules, the last season.
The finale episode of Vanderpump aired last night. Did anyone watch it? Did they show my purge?
I was unaware. I was supposed to be watching Vanderpump.
Don't worry, I didn't watch either.
Okay, okay. We will be watching though because yes, we'll
that's why I just asked. Do I have to watch this?
No.
Or can I just freeball it when we're talking about it?
No, because I'm not going to talk. I'm not addressing any VPR
Beautiful.
news
Don't wanna watch any
until
of-
third
so I
part of the reunion. And it's going to be very quick. You guys don't need to weigh in. I don't want questions. I'm going to say my piece. We're going to move on. And I never want to discuss season 11 again. And I hope by that time everyone gets their fucking rabies shots because they're foaming at the mouth. These fucking bitches in these streets on socials. I'm like, yo.
Amen, amen. We got
me tired.
What?
I said they make me tired. The rabies bitches.
Okay, so
I love how this dude thinks we need his. Oh, yes, we're just waiting for White Boy Dreads to yawn his way through another podcast with his hot takes of yes, sir, you only have a job and money in your pocket because of fans who watch these shows like us. Go get a job. Go get a job. Christina, thank you for the super chat. Christina says, I need a and Lala. You need your and Lala fix. And Lala said that she's not going to be my friend. And Lala can do it. Right? He's like a squirrel. Only squirrels are kind of adorable. And he's not. Sir, nobody asked you to be here except for your sister, who I think just needs yes men around her, and she pays you, and you can't pay your bills without her. So you have to be like, yeah, you're so smart, Lala, you're so great. Yeah, we paid for those white boy dreads, and we will rip them out of your head. Okay, sir? We don't advocate for violence on this podcast or whatever we're doing here on YouTube, except for when we advocate for violence. All right. Kelly Kate says, I wonder how long Lala's podcast will keep going. Who just, she's got sponsors. It'll keep going probably forever. All these people, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who listens to it other than to just make fun of it, but I don't know.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Sandy, I'm like, yo, these bitches in these streets, they be foaming at the mouth. I'm sorry, what? Lauren? What are we talking about? What's going on? Yeah, shout out to Jessica. She's killing it out there on her own, doing her own thing, has her own podcast, former assistant to Lala, who Lala treated like crap from what we saw. So shout out. Susie Q says, Easton needs to be under my car at Jiffy Lube tomorrow. Change my oil. Easton, change my, that would require too many brain cells. You have to actually be smart to do that. He would be under it with his mouth open. And you'd be like, you can't drink the oil, Easton. You don't, no, that's not where you're just supposed to. I'm just going to drink it. And you're like, okay, the boy's not all right. He's not all right. Does her brother have a girlfriend? I don't know. I'm not sure. I know very little about him, and I like to keep it that way. Bonnie says, Lala's Instagram comments indicate she is universally hated. How is the podcast still alive? I don't know. I know on YouTube, like, she doesn't, for someone who was on like a Bravo show and has such a big, an audience out there, she does not get good views at all. But as far as her podcast ratings, I think we tried to look them up before, and she seemed to be doing okay. I don't know. But I don't know really what her numbers are. But it must be hate listens. I drink and I know things. I think you might be right. I'm not sure. I never want to stop a lady's bag, but I don't get it. I mean, it was always a shitty podcast before. It was with No Neck Randall, Big Ed's big brother, her former fiance. They did it together. A podcast. I'm like, who the hell wants to listen to them? He was like, like he sounded like he eats gravel. And then they were just like bragging about, we're not Machine Gun Kelly. And you're like, what? Who's listening to this? And now it's just her and her brother and maybe her mom. Brian Scott Patterson says he can keep going Easton on the I-10 until he's way out of social media. Keep going. Oh, you guys were so close. Ben says 44 likes. And I will also block Lala's podcast. Let's see where we're at for likes here. Oh my gosh, Ben just blocking everyone in the name of liking for the lean team. In the name of lean team liking. Thank you, Ben. We appreciate your service. Thank you for your service, Ben. We appreciate you. You guys, we're getting really close to 43,000 subscribers. We're like 45 subscribers away. Unless some people unsubscribe now, which could happen. And I would understand. I totally get it. Let's see. How many likes do we got, guys? We got 165 likes. You guys are killing it. But let's see if we can get 274 because we got 274 watching live. Can you guys all just hit that like? Smash that like. Ben, this should be an ongoing thing. Every time we see Ben in the chat, we're going to ask him, who are we blocking today? What's the like goal? And Ben will block somebody. This is kind of fun. Ben's blocked you before? No, shut up, Steven. He did. Did you really, Ben? Why did you block Steven? Oh my God, I'm like going to start crying. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. Jules says, love the change of pace from court this morning. Cannot wait for your recap of I know I cannot wait to get in there for Trooper Gallagher and give my reaction because I haven't watched it. So we'll see. Ooh. You have fakes. Christina says, gonna follow you from my fakes. Anita Wang, Jenna Talia, like genitalia. I think you've told me these ones before. They're funny. Genitalia and Horia Estefan. Oh my God, you guys. Ya kill me. Ya kill me, Ben says. So far, Sheena, Lala, and Lala's podcast are toast. They're out. Ben's blocking everybody. Nobody's safe. Well, at least these two.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Everyone, thank Ben for his service in the chat. His social media service. All right. So we talked about the Lala thing. Lisa Vanderpump put out a weird little thing on social media about bullying people on her cast. And I'm like, what, Lisa? Stop, Lisa. Queefer Sutherland. Is this a Christina sock account? I like it. Thank you, Queefer. Thank you, Queefer Sutherland, for the super chat. Hi, gang. Hi, Queefer. We appreciate you. But Lisa's out there posting like bullying is bad. Let me read it to you guys. I'm like, what, Lisa? Can you stick up for the women who these men on your shows are abusing and defaming and such, please? Because who right now is getting what? Who's getting social? She's like 10 years behind on anything, and she's the one out there talking shit on these people. She was on Watch What Happens Live talking shit on Sheena. I mean, what? I don't understand what's going on with Lisa Vanderpump and this whole thing. Okay. So she posted, to all our wonderful fans, I am so grateful for your passion and support for our shows. I must say this, no one deserves to be bullied, harassed, or targeted online. The cast members are human beings except for Kristen, Katie, Ariana, Sheena, and the women. I added those parts, but you know what I mean. Except for the women who aren't in my good graces. I sound kind of Scottish. All right. The cast members are human beings, darling, with real feelings, doing their best in a high-pressure environment. Healthy conversation is welcomed, but cruelty is not. Who's being cruel? What are you talking about? Is she okay? Let's uplift, not tear down. Okay, you start first with Kyle and everybody. You first. Kindness always wins. Hashtag stop cyberbullying. I'm sorry, what? I guarantee Lisa Vanderpump has sock accounts where she goes in and writes mean things about people. I guarantee it. But what is she talking about? Yeah, Candy says internalized misogyny. The spokesperson is LVP. What? You've been letting the women like get thrown under the bus by all the men, get talked to like garbage, treated like garbage. You've always made apologies for the problematic men on your shows. You've slut shamed. We've listened to you slut shame tons of chicks. What? Oh my God. Like, what is she even talking about, Vivian? We don't even know. What is going on with Lisa Vanderpump? Ben said, didn't she tell Pandora to stay with her abusive husband? I don't know. I've heard rumors about that guy. I haven't done like a deep dive into him, but he seems no good. Janine says, what happened to Lisa's son-in-law in the SA lawsuit? Again, I never looked into it as much as I probably should have, because it was during Scandival, like that stuff I think was coming out. I think we talked about it a little bit, but I don't know. He looks like yuck. He looks like a yuckster. Susie Q says, so a healthy conversation is telling Allie to go back to James. Thank you, Susie. Exactly. Where's the kindness there? Mm-hmm. Right. And as Lisa's cutting down Sheena on Watch What Happens Live, she's like, oh, choose kindness. Don't cyberbully. Ma'am, you've made your whole fortune on reality TV being like picking on people, talking shit on women, cyberbullying, if you will. You all do that to each other. What are you talking about? And you hate Kristen Doty. Bonnie, there were some stories that were coming out. I don't think they didn't. I mean, some of the Bravo blogger accounts were covering them when it happened a couple years ago about her son-in-law and maybe some dirty deeds and his maybe womanizing ways, or I don't even know, but just some no good stuff. I'm sure if you Google him or Pandora, unfortunately, those things will pop up. I don't know the details. I'd have to look into it again, and I never really got too deep into it, but I can just tell looking at him that he's no good. Yes, Lisa with the victim blaming going, oh, darling, be kind. Choose kindness when you're telling a young woman to go back to her abuser. Do it kindly and gently. Maybe you should give James another try, another chance, darling. What? Chris says, I'm boycotting LVP too. No Hulu show for me. I know. I didn't watch the first Hulu show. I don't know if I'm even going to catch this one. I don't know. She's ruining everything. Lisa. Brian Scott Patterson says, Joleen, I binge watch Vanderpump Villa too, and it's 100% crazy. There is a guy faking that he actually has a British accent, but spoke American English to make everyone feel better. What? So are people cyberbullying him? Is that who she's talking about? Who is she talking about all these years later that we have to not cyberbully? Because I didn't know we were cyberbullying, but Lisa Vanderpump said we are. So I don't know. Oh my God. Let's see what else you guys are saying. You're still mad. Ben's still mad we're not getting Ultimate Girls Trip Morocco. Me too. Vivian said, Lisa's a life ruiner. She really is. Ugh, Lisa. Why? Sheena was talking about Lisa calling Allie on her podcast. Oh, she was recently. Oh, Sheena's starting to talk because apparently this book is coming out, this Sheener's book, and she's spilling tea on Lisa because she was a kiss ass of Lisa for a long time. And now I guess Sheena's fed up. She's not doing it anymore. I also heard a clip of Jax saying what makes sense of why Jax is still on the Valley. Apparently Jax's manager, he said, is listed as one of the producers of the show, I think. And I'm like, of course. And I think he was, I don't know when the clip was from, but they were talking about how the Valley came about, Jax taking credit for everything and how he got in touch again with Jesse because him and Jesse used to live together when they modeled in New York, I think. And then there's a Miami, but I don't know if that was Jesse. And then they had a falling out, but we don't know what the falling out is. There was a woman on Instagram that was kind of covering the backstory to this, and she was doing little clips. But yeah. And then he mentioned something about his manager being a possible producer. And I was like, what? Sorry, I had to sneeze. So I better pick a clip. I was trying to hold it in. Oh my gosh. I drink and I know things says Vanderpump Villa legit sent me into pseudo psychosis. Oh my fucking God. I felt like the show was literally gaslighting me. One of the cast is absolutely a sociopath. Is it Jax? Is he on that too? And I think they're bullying his fling. We wouldn't know because I haven't even seen people covering this show. How many episodes are out? Did they drop all the episodes at once? Again, I didn't watch the first Vanderpump Villa because I was feeling some type of way about Lisa and how the last season of Vanderpump and stuff was handled. But then why doesn't Jax's manager dump him? Well, that's a good question. Lisa said Sheener has nothing to say, which might be true. Howdy, Michelle. Oh my goodness. I haven't watched LVP. I've been staying away from LVP. I have to watch it. I know I do. But I'm so disappointed because there was a time where I really enjoyed LVP. And the more time goes on, I'm like, ugh, I can't unsee what I've seen. And it's just disappointing. So. Oh, thank you, Chickenhead. Chicken says, when I see Lisa, I bet she smells like stale wine and cigarettes. Not stale rosé. But yes, definitely like ciggies and maybe some Chanel No. 5 perfume. Her and I are the same age, and I am not like her. So Chickenhead is just calling it right now. She's like, Lisa's not like us.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Like us. They not like us. I drink and I know things says I definitely do not recommend watching it on edibles from personal experience. Okay, I won't take any edibles when I watch it. Vivian says Vanderpump Villa is pure rubbish. Not that I watched it, nor will I. I'm not helping her make any more money. I feel like that too, because I don't want to support, even though Lisa is a producer on The Valley, and it's just like she seems to be entangled in everything. But she's just one of those, the more we're learning about her and her internalized misogyny and how she's handling all this stuff and how she just is, she's just one of those people who she just wants money, more money, but she doesn't want to compensate the people that work for her accordingly. She wants to, that's what, because I saw the clip from Watch What Happens Live. I did see the clip where she was talking about Katie saying that she feels like the new Vanderpump reboot is cheap. And Lisa's like, oh, yes, darling, it's cheaper. So I don't have to pay you guys as much. And we know Lisa doesn't like paying people, but she does like allegedly taking PPP loans during the pandemic, but also not paying her staff when they're out of work. But she'll take the PPP loan. Hi. Teacher B says, anybody watching the Housewives Love Island type show? I've been meaning to, but I've just been Karen reading it. But I did see Shannon. I saw clips of Shannon and some men of it. I'll have to check it out. Me too. Dreadful. I feel the same way. I'm struck. Bravo used to be such a fun, happy place for me, and now I'm just like, ugh. Yuck. Just ain't what she used to be. Ain't what she used to be. Oh, Bravo just ain't what she used to be. I'm just like, all this. It's not even like a fun escape because they keep employing and letting abusers profit, like monetize their abuse. It's like,
Andy, are you okay?
Oh, I'm fine. It's just that life is pointless and nothing matters, and I'm always tired. Also, I can't sleep. I'm overeating. None of my old hobbies interest me.
Mm-hmm. That's me. That's me when Bravo's on.
P.S. Follow your dreams, not your boyfriends.
Oh, Gillian Anderson, you're so beautiful. P.S. Follow your dreams, not your boyfriends. Is that Ida Dickoff? Ida Dickoff? Ada Dickoff? Is it Ada Dickoff or Ida Dickoff? Because if it's like Ada, like ate a Dickoff. Dickoff? Thank you for the super chat. Getting on the gummy train and gonna binge it. HCMT says, watch Love Hotel. It is a mind break and better than it's. Okay, I'll check it out then. I'll check it out. Vivian says, let's rewatch the old VPR episodes and eat goat cheese balls. That could be fun. That's something I've thought about maybe doing on for members only over Patreon. Rewatch that. Okay. Shawnee says, what the heck is going on with Luann's voice? It's getting deeper and deeper, and it's annoying. It's the Siggies, baby. Cabaret and Siggies. She is just smoke them if you got them. You know, so she's like, oh, to Luann. Money can buy you clothes. Like, oof. Sexy. Yes, Jillian Anderson is the spirit animal of the chat. She really is. She really is. All right, you guys. Let's see if I have any more things. Andy says Jax's face is back. Okay, let's see. Let's end on this last thing from Mr. Andy Cohen, who loves the problematic Bravo men. He's like, I was getting caught up on Summer House and watching old episodes from what season was it where Kyle said the Giggly Squad, like season 4. And the amount of times these Bravo men, has anyone noticed this? I think someone in the chat mentioned, it reminded me of this, Jesse slamming on the table. How these little fragile baby men slam the table at women to yell at them like, ugh, and you're like, what is going on? Use your words, crazy. Like, talk about hysterical. Following the Karen Reed trial, they're like, she was hysterical. It's like, no, these dudes are hysterical. And Kyle Cook was freaking slamming the table at the Giggly Squad because they were laughing and not listening to him. And it's like, is there any wonder why we choose the bear? You're getting like physical and aggressive because people are giggling and not paying attention to your boring wedding planning. Who cares about your wedding plan? Newsflash for everyone in the world. Nobody cares about your wedding planning except for you and maybe your mom. Okay, but no. That's for you. Plan your wedding. Then people will go. They'll give you the gifts, all the things. Mazel. But he was like slammed. I'm like, ew. Kyle Cook's still there. Still raging out. Still slamming tables. Just yuck. Yes, Anna. And all of these new Summer House guys are just reincarnations of Kyle and Carl. And then watching Carl, because he's tried, since he's got the veneers, he thought like the big teeth, we'd forget about how aggressive he was too. And what a bitch he was. No. Ugh, he's trash too. Ew, right? I love Amanda too, but I do not understand why being with Kyle. He is such a baby. And he is, this season, ruining her relationship yet again. And when Paige is crying, like talking about how the breakup between Hannah and Amanda was so difficult because of Kyle. And now Kyle trying to become in between her and Amanda. And when her and Amanda like embrace and say, we're going to be friends. We're not going to let him break us up. It's like, get rid of him. He is nothing. He's vapor. Who cares? Let him go make love to his lover boy. Like, we don't care. Go be happy. It like broke my heart. Like these women, they have a real bond and a friendship and a love and respect for each other. And then there's Kyle just ruining it all. So it's Paige's fault because Hannah told a story about why she felt she was let go from Summer House. And because Craig is a liar, that's Paige's fault. Oh my God. Ugh, Lexi needs to just beat them all up. Seriously. Brian says West and Jesse from Summer House should be sat at the kids' table during the reunion. Give them crayons and Pizza Hut kids placement and tell them to, right? The adults are talking. The well-adjusted people are talking. Be quiet. No, she is not, Bonnie. Lexi's back with Jesse. Ugh. No. Ben, how many likes do we have to get for you to block West? Ben says, West pisses me off, you guys. 6 likes. Oh, and West is dust. I didn't read the rest of your comment. Yes, 6 more likes and West is dust. Say bye, bitch, bye. Oh my goodness. Yeah, just going back. We're almost at 200 likes. Oh my God, 2 more and Ben is on a blocking spree. You guys. Yeah, the toxic relationships are killing me, Smalls. Next week they're together. The whole the toe sucker. The toe sucker himself. Yeah, they're just all trash. And the way these men just like pound their hands on the table, you're like, oh my God. Get some emotion. Like you can't regulate your emotions. What's wrong with you? But you're a big, strong man. All right, let's listen to this. So according to Vanderpump Rules Party, shout out to them on Instagram. On Andy Cohen Live, Andy talked about the Valley reunion. He said there were some dark moments. No shit. You're platforming an abusive piece of shit named Jaxtaylor, who's making everything dark. He said there were some dark moments and stuff discussed. He said there was no meaning or agenda to Michelle being seated in the last chair. And said Jax used to look tweaked out, but his face is back to looking healthy. Andy, shut up. You're such a liar. That man is not healthy. That man is a psychopath. Oh my gosh. There was some dark. He is the dark moment. And why are you scheduling the reunion when only 3 episodes have aired? Huh? That's not normal, right? All right, let's see what he asked. Yeah, how many do we need to get Jesse Solomon blocked? Maybe we need 300 likes, and Ben will block him. All right. Let's listen to Andy act like Jax is better. Just because you did a little nose candy with him doesn't mean he's better, Andy.
There was some dark stuff. There was some dark stuff. I will say Jax's face has come back. He came, I was like, oh, your face looks healthier, because he looks so tweaked out and like I don't even know what during the season.
If you're a vain enough person, that is enough to keep you sober for a while.
Right.
Like, just looking a little
right.
Looks so
right.
gross.
Yeah. So anyway, Janet was like, I saw you out to dinner with the Summer House guys after that reunion. Like, are you like going out to dinner with this group after the reunion? It's like, no.
Well, also you went to Corner Bistro in your neighborhood.
That's
a block
what I
away.
said. I go,
where are you gonna go? Pink's Hot Dog?
Yeah, right. I go,
Wiener
they were basically on my block. I go, that was, that was.
You're in the valley. You gotta get back.
Yes.
You gotta get out of there.
Yes. Jordan, what were you asking about the seating chart?
Oh, people were asking about Michelle being in the last chair. What does that mean?
Nothing. It just means she was in the last chair. I mean, there's only so many chairs.
Okay.
Somebody has to be in. Sometimes you put.
There was some dark stuff. There was some dark stuff.
All right, Andy. All right. Oh, HCMT. I think you guys said this already in the chat. I apologize. Kristen and Nia are expecting, so they filmed the reunion early. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot more sense. Leotard said, how about another like to block Andy too? Alex says, Andy's voice is always so phlegmy. I love how he's like, there was some dark stuff. No shit. You literally have a season that's surrounded around how this man, Jaxtaylor, who you pay the most money to out of the whole cast, has been abusing his wife and his child in the home. Punching holes in the wall, throwing things at them, doing drugs, being a liar, blaming Brittany for his abuse. Really? It was dark, Andy? Wow. Oh my God. This guy. All right, Ben says 300 likes and Britt Edie is blocked. That should be a given, right? Krista says, I love how Kenya was immediately fired and removed, but not Jax. Let's not hold the same standards. No, we're not going to hold the same standards for the men. Hell no. Natasha says, unfortunately, Jax will never change. I broke up with psychos like him. He's not going to change. There is no incentive for him to change. He is literally monetizing his shitty, abusive, narcissistic behavior. He's truly a terrible person and a terrible father. And you can tell him I said that. And he is. And you are. And you continue to be. So the fact that you're weaponizing being a father and pushing your son forward and exploiting him and his trauma to make you look better rather than taking accountability and getting real help just shows what like a garbage human being you are. You're a horrible person, Jaxtaylor. You're horrible. You're horrible. Yuck. Yes, Michelle, my belle. Jax is truly a horrible person. He even admits it on his podcast. He warns women to stay away from him. Yeah, and he does it, and it's like a joke to him now because he's never held accountable. And he's told everybody time and time again that he does all these things and he gets away with it because he's never held accountable and there's no consequences. And he sucks. Ben says, okay, 210 likes and I'll block Kyle. Kyle Cookie. He's been effed in the head since birth. That dude is a loser. He's a boozer, a user, and a loser. And he's dirty. No thanks. No excuses will be made over here for abusive men like him. He can go straight to hell, not pass go, do not collect $200. Okay. Not just Monopoly jail, but hell. You go to hell. Leslie says I'm in for Kyle to get blocked. Kyle should get blocked. He's a late in life DJ. Like, what? Okay. Mallory says Jax is so quick to want to be an example, an advocate when he's not even remotely close to being. No, he's just a narcissist. He really is just a butthole.
In every generation, there is a chosen one. She alone will stand against the vampires, the demons, and the forces of darkness. She is the Slayer.
We'll slay him. All right, you guys, you're all beautiful pumpkin spice babies. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining me for this No Offense, All Offense, where we broke down the Valley and some other Bravo television news. And I had fun with you guys, even though we have to deal with these toxic idiots. At least we're here. We're here for each other. We see each other. Thank you to everyone in the live chat. Shout out to my mods. Thank you, Evelyn, for gifting 5 memberships to the channel. Congrats to those who got the membership. YouTube selects those randomly. So go use your custom emojis and go check out your bonus content. A shout out to my other super chatters, Christina, Chickenhead, Kelly, Kate. Thank you for becoming a new member. Hippie Girl, did I miss yours? I'm so sorry. Hippie Girl says Jesse used to date Anna Nicole Smith for over. Isn't that crazy? I was talking about that earlier, probably when I should have highlighted your comment an hour ago. I'm so sorry, Hippie Girl. Thank you so much. But that is crazy to me. And Queefer Sutherland, thank you so much. And the dick off, Ada dick off. I'll be back tomorrow with more. So make sure you smash that subscribe, smash the like, and also the bell so you get notified every time I go live or post new content. If you haven't checked out the Karen Reed stuff, head over to the Judge Jolene playlist, and it is all there for your viewing enjoyment. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. And wherever you are in the world, always remember to enjoy yourself because it's later than you think. Bye.
If you like what you